Mother Nature is capable of many things, but what she does best is surprise. So today, get ready to be amazed by her full force and beauty. Quick, check the weather forecast, because we're getting started. The guests at this restaurant had been waiting forever for the summer terrace to open, but little did they know that Mother Nature herself would be the one to initiate the grand opening. Firefighters found themselves in an element they can't beat with water. Fortunately, the rescue team came to help them. I'm sure these folks will agree that the most memorable tornadoes aren't always the biggest. They're the ones that come out of nowhere. Good thing this little guy didn't harm anyone. Did you have a reservation for today? Well, go right ahead. Your table's floated just over there. This is what it's like to be at the epicenter of a 7.5 magnitude earthquake on top of a mountain. Yeah, thank goodness we're watching this through a screen. Looks like it would be easier to rename those fields to sea than to try to replant them after a flood like that. Now, you know why trips to beach resorts are way cheaper during certain months. This is not Atlantis. This is what the streets of the Czech Republic look like after a flood, even more devastating than 27 years ago. This is the moment Cinderella's castle at Disneyland starts to look more like Hogwarts during the darker parts of Harry Potter. Let's hope the cars in this parking lot are learning to swim in a surprise underground pool party. You better go buy a lottery ticket if you're lucky enough to witness the mesmerizing eruption of a volcano on your hike. That bridge thought it could play limbo with the flood, but it lost. Don't be too upset about the bad weather. Maybe today, Mother Nature will reward you with a double rainbow. As we've learned, when landslides strike, it's best to get as far away from mountains as possible. Fortunately, these locals had enough time to make it to safety. The hotel staff wasn't expecting to spend their workday competing with the forces of nature. Good thing nothing too serious happened this time. Looks like a typical morning in one of those disaster movies, don't you think? Someone decided to have a backyard jumping party in the backyard, but Mother Nature had other plans. It's hard to realize, but this farm town didn't look like the Amazon River just a day ago. Check out the terrifying power of lightning and the kind of destruction it can wreak on a town's electrical grid. What you're seeing right now is truly the scariest thing a person living near a volcano can witness. Despite this river being entirely made of ice, it still continues to flow like any other. Well, at least now the owner of this car won't need to take it to the car wash. You might have thought this was a kite, but nope, that's just someone's house flying away from a nearby campsite. It looks like the cameraman literally found the drain plug for this river. And yes, remind me to never go boating at night again. If this guy had watched our videos, he'd know that standing on a balcony during a storm front is a terrible idea. Wait a minute, is this a highway or a waterway? Mother Nature's mixing up the GPS again. There are tsunamis that destroy cities, and then there are ones like this that ruin a sunbather's day at the beach. check out the power of a mud flow that turns into a geyser when it meets a bridge. This guy picked the perfect time to go surfing, right on the city's flood river. Imagine how powerful wind has to be to create a snake-like tornado like this. During a hurricane, it's important to stay calm, but even more important, to stay under a sturdy roof. Meet the ancestor of the jacuzzi, a geyser lake. Or is it more of a swamp? It's terrifying to see just how little time it takes to get caught in an avalanche in the mountains. Good thing this pro calculated everything down to the last centimeter and came out unscathed. I bet you didn't know that tornadoes can be relaxing and satisfying. Wait, can we even call this a tornado? Drop your thoughts in the comments. It's hard to imagine something weirder than water slides appearing where a subway entrance had just been a few hours ago. Now, picture something more terrifying than a landslide that could literally wipe out your whole town in a minute. Fortunately, these people still have a roof over their heads. But it's not just the water that can surprise you. For example, this beach wind decided to start juggling tourists' umbrellas. Here, a bird's eye view of the waters turning the streets into raging rivers. How fortunate that people were evacuated. Isn't it kind of shocking how easily the wind can rip a fully grown palm tree right out of the ground? Imagine seeing a storm front so massive that it literally turns day into night. If you don't think a wind speed of 15 meters per second is very much, check out what happens when a sandstorm hits a town with that force. This river in China became so inundated with water that it started washing away buildings. Luckily, no one was hurt. When it comes to a flood like this, you have two options: move to the second floor or invest in better windows. I don't know exactly how much this truck weighs, but I can tell you that normal wind should not be able to move something like that. Drivers have to be ready for anything on mountain roads, but honestly, only luck can save you in a situation like this. This cameraman is so calm watching an approaching avalanche that you might underestimate how serious the situation is. He's fine, but if you ever see something like this, run as fast as you can. Now, watch as a powerful downpour turns the streets of this village into an unstoppable mountain river in just a few hours. Show this to anyone who says lightning never strikes the same place twice. Ever seen a hesitant tornado? Check out this one that just can't decide whether to wreak havoc or not. It's a collective celebration for these skiers because no one was on the slope when this colossal avalanche came crashing down. What do you think the chances of staying dry near a raging sea like this are? Slim to none, right? Let's hope this cameraman remembered to tether himself to something heavy, because that wind looks strong enough to carry him off without a problem. Meteors burn up in the atmosphere every day, but only a lucky few ever get to witness such a spectacular show. Luckily, our subscribers never miss a thing. This dam folded like a piece of paper in the aftermath of the flood, and looking at the amount of water, you can't blame it. A hurricane is just wind, right? What is there to be afraid of? Meanwhile, the wind rips the roof right off. Seeing a volcanic eruption is already rare, but witnessing one from this distance, that's a 1 in a million chance. Mother Nature doesn't care what plans you have today. If she has other ideas, you'll be staying home and praying your roof stays where it is. It's hard to imagine worse luck than camping in tents and seeing this kind of weather rolling in. If you notice golf balls falling from the sky, follow this guy's lead and find a roof to protect yourself from that powerful hail. Well, I hope at least there was a pineapple pizza in that moped delivery. If you spot a hot spring in Iceland, don't be too eager to swim in it. It could actually be a geyser, and your swim could quickly turn into a flight. Just last night, this village had roads, but record rainfall turned them into raging streams by morning. Pros of living in the mountains: amazing views every day. Cons: occasionally running from avalanches while enjoying those views. I bet there are huge discounts on first-floor apartments in this city. Watch as a strong wind blows sand right off the ground, creating a sandstorm in a city miles away from any desert. The calm on the flooded streets of the city, as if nature had taken a pause after a tremendous stormy flood. These clouds look so alien, as if they were designed by a top-notch VFX artist for a sci-fi movie. If your house is below ground level, be prepared for it to turn into a scene from Titanic during a flood. This clip will discourage you from ever standing near a tree in a hurricane again. Due to the severe flooding, this hotel entrance became the perfect dock for an unexpected river cruise. And when I say never, I mean never. And this is not a riverside street, but a flooding where the water rises half a meter in an hour. If you see thunderclouds like this outside your window, you can be sure you're in for an unforgettable light show. Don't blink or you'll miss the 8th wonder of the world, a disappearing mud waterfall in Venezuela, which only appears during heavy rain and torments local drivers. If you ever find yourself in a situation like this, the only smart move is to get out of there as fast as you can. That tornado could change direction and come barreling towards you at 40 miles per hour. Prepare to be hypnotized by this wavy river in China. It won't let you take your eyes off it. I don't know if you've been to Africa, but ice rivers aren't exactly a common sight there. This little stream just got a serious upgrade to wild river status. If you still haven't been impressed by nature today, try explaining why the ground is on fire in the rain. Main Street? More like mainstream after this huge flooding. What a beautiful morning to see a landslide from your kitchen window. But don't worry, no one was hurt. This isn't exactly what comes to mind when you think summer in Ibiza, is it? But let's admit it, lightning makes everything look way cooler and more dramatic. Now, it's actually scary when the Pacific Ocean looks calmer than your flooded stream. Imagine how beautiful the world would be if every tornado looked like this demo version. Mother Nature doesn't do things halfway, and that's bad, because water level is higher than street signs. Tornadoes are mesmerizing, but trust me, they're best viewed through a screen. Never get as close as these guys did. That's not Prague's new canal system. Nope, just streets after 24 hours of rain. It's terrifying to see this unstoppable mud flow destroying everything in its path. Thankfully, no one was hurt. In this Romanian town, the flooding was so strong that even the attics of the houses were flooded. Imagine how lucky you'd have to be to witness a meteorite fall during daylight hours. This street decided to become a jacuzzi when storm drains couldn't handle the job. I'm no expert on thunderstorms, but it seems like this one in Minnesota should be prompting people to head to their bunkers. Oh, well, I guess trash day came early, and it's taken itself out. Now check out this Czech Streets extreme makeover, from asphalt to apocalypse in 24 hours. Take shelter from the hail, they said, but where's the house supposed to take shelter? And these houses are really getting a free power wash. Too bad they didn't ask for it.
When nature convinces you that staying indoors was the best decision you've ever made. Oh my God! This tornado is very big and very hungry, so eating a wind turbine is a piece of cake. Does anyone else think this avalanche looks like whipped cream? It looks delicious. In a battle between a lumberjack and a 31 meters a second wind, the latter is clearly better at felling trees. Tornadoes are the worst swimmers ever. One dip can turn docks into splinters and expensive yachts into tinned cans riddled with holes. Meanwhile, the sky has decided to become an abstract electricity artist, and doing it quite well, I might add. If I had to describe the word disaster, I'd just show you a footage of a 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Japan. Thankfully, no one was hurt in this footage. You know it's time to replace your roof when even the hail is giving you hints. Due to the flashing of power lines, this tornado looks even scarier than the other ones we've seen so far. Imagine how fun it'll be for cleaners to pick up all this debris later. One can sympathize with this city's drainage system. Not even a miracle could help it to handle this much water. This is what the iPhone weather app calls slightly windy. I hope this isn't the only road to the cameraman's home. This reporter must be a fan of leg day at the gym. How else is she able to stand still in wind strong enough to blow away an airplane? A cabin in the woods is supposed to be a place to relax, but this tornado thinks otherwise. The trees were all that was damaged. This cameraman is so good that a dust devil appears just to open gates for him. No worries, he's fine. Any day a massive landslide doesn't pass by your window can be considered a lucky one. Fortunately, no one was hurt. It looks like the sea is trying to beat its own high jump record today. Hey Zeus, do you mind showing our viewers your power? Thank you.
Did you see that?
Every year, North Yorkshire's underground waters turn the city streets into a water park. By the way, the locals here hate water parks. No way a tornado can be that huge. Drivers just must have not unlocked that part of the map yet. They're fine, by the way. You might be witnessing the most proper storm ever here. It enters buildings by politely opening doors instead of breaking them. I wonder how many Elkhorn residents found faith after a football field-sized tornado passed through their town. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Some people are like, walking in the rain is so romantic. Look at that! No, it's not! The view of thunderclouds from an airplane holds a special place in my heart. The interior decorator who suggested that these people buy this glass table is probably blocking their calls right now. This avalanche has a way of hypnotizing anyone who looks at it. The person in the green jacket experienced this firsthand. He's fine, by the way. This building might as well be a hero. It managed to withstand a 270 kilometers an hour hurricane for a whole 5 seconds. I just have one question. Did this flood pay the fare? While other places wake up to roosters crowing, in Iowa, tornadoes take on the role of alarm clock, but no one was hurt. Not sure what insurance these cars have, but it's clearly working with this strong wind. To say this current's strong would be an understatement. People weren't hurt, but I'm afraid their property was. Neptune needs to be reminded where his kingdom ends. Taking over land is quite out of line. What's something that's both terrifying and wonderful to look at? This 25-kilometer column of volcanic ash in the sky. That's what. After an ice storm like this, the Shaanxi province in China might be the only place where people are actually looking forward to global warming. If this man needed any motivation to start running, he just got it. According to the wind, it isn't mercilessly ripping off roofs, it's creating new job opportunities for roofers. This volcano threw ash 15 kilometers into the sky, and I'm prepared to give it an award for being so mesmerizing to look at. In case you see a guy running away screaming, "Apocalypse!" That's me. Nature can even be ruthless to itself. Look at how casually it destroys half a forest with 300,000 cubic meters of rock. Judging by this tornado's color, it is clearly feeling a little angry. Wondering what it's like to be Mother Nature's favorite? Just ask this water spout. It seems a little extra love went into its appearance when it was created. Beautiful. This is when you're supposed to call a friend and say, "Come on out, the weather's fine." This flood is like, what do we have here? An entrance to the subway? Well, it's a waterfall now. In school, we've learned that trees shed their leaves in autumn. but it's actually when a derecho wind comes ripping through. Did I miss the moment when this episode's theme turned from nature into a horror movie? This is Mount Etna, but you might know it as the site of the best volcanic fireworks in all of Italy. As this guy's mom said, why travel to Venice when you can have Venice at home? Have you ever seen an avalanche of snow and sand move cars out of its way to get a parking spot? Hey, it's 2024. Anything is possible. How many birds do you think are in this tree? Spoiler, way too many. Not a single bird on this tree though, and now it's gone. Look at your fist. Now look at these raindrops. That's right, they're the same size. What's your favorite combo? Mine is lightning and the tallest building in New York City. The only thing capable of accelerating from 0 to 273 kilometers an hour are a Bugatti and the Westmoreland tornado you're seeing now. Having your dinner lit up by a falling meteor instead of a flashlight certainly makes for an unforgettable camping trip. Dubai is so funny and warm, they said. They forgot to mention occasionally there's an apocalyptic storm. Luckily no one was hurt. While other countries battle natural disasters, Hungary is busy dealing with an unscheduled alien invasion. Here, nature is demonstrating that it only needs a moment and a few million volts to create a masterpiece. Who turned on the celestial strobe lights? Meeting a beautiful stranger in the park only happens in the movies. In real life, you're more likely to encounter a dust devil. This lightning must really hate that architectural style. I mean, it strikes the same building 7 times. As you can see, nightlife in Houston starts wherever the storm clouds feel like it. They say the sound of rain can give you an appetite. Well then, the people in this restaurant are probably about to start eating the tables.
Oh, there goes the umbrella!
The storm decided to put on a show for this family with props like an umbrella and an epic finale of heavy hail. Don't worry, the family is okay. Can't afford a trip to the ocean? Nature's got you covered. A month's worth of rain in a single day should bring the water right to your doorstep. Living near an active volcano means starting your morning with ash cleanup before you even think about coffee. Mother Nature needs to learn to use the air conditioner because her giant fan just gives us hurricanes. This video is unique because it has light, while 885,000 other households in Houston are enjoying the romance of candlelight thanks to the weather.
Well, all the precipitation has fallen and all the volcanoes have erupted for today. So be sure to leave a comment about which phenomenon from Mother Nature surprised you the most. Subscribe to the channel and we'll see you next time.